Hello, this is my Rey Mysterio Biggest Little Man third disc DVD review, so let's not waste any time, let's get started. It begins with a video montage of what Rey Mysterio has accomplished. Mysterio then talks about uh, living so close to the Mexican border has given the opportunity to get into professional wrestling. He then goes on to talk about the late great Eddie Guerrero. He also talks about his WCW feuds with him, and that he's always dreamed of teaming with him, and that came true at No Way Out in 2005, which leads to the first match: Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero versus the Basham Brothers for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Uh, Crowd gets behind Guerrero and Mysterio. Eddie begins with a ground-based attack, double teaming utilized. Momentum switches in each team's favor. Pace begins to pick up. Illegal switching by the Bashams. Close pinfalls. In the end, Eddie grabs the tag team titles, but Mysterio takes it away from him. Guerrero then goes for a frog splash, but rolls through as he realizes that Danny Basham was going to move. He then fakes that he hit the mat from the frog splash, which Doug then picks him up, where Guerrero then hits a small package pin with a close 3 count. Danny then throws the tag team title to Guerrero, and then he throws it to Doug. The referee steps in and takes the title. Mysterio passes Guerrero the other tag team title, where upon receiving it, he hits Doug with it. Guerrero disposes of the evidence. He then lies down to pretend that disguise what he's done. Whilst Mysterio hits the 619 on Danny on the outside. Eddie then goes for the cover for the win, and they're the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Mysterio then talks about accomplishments. Talks about his accomplishments and what he has talks about accomplishing what he has dreamed of, and that is winning the tag team titles with Eddie Guerrero. But he then goes on to say that it didn't last long, and they engaged in friendly competition at WrestleMania 21, but things soon got ugly. Next match, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. Disrespectful slaps to begin with, quickly followed up with quick punches from Mysterio. Eddie then goes on the attack, fast-paced fight, ring post and steps utilized. Guerrero dominates with a vicious attack. Momentum switches in Mysterio's favor, but then Guerrero cuts him off again. Guerrero hits a superplex and goes for a cover where he gets a close 3 count. He then pins him 2 more times, where Mysterio kicks out. So Guerrero begins to get frustrated. Chavo Guerrero comes down to the ring, causes the distraction so that Guerrero can get a chair. Mysterio hits with a low drop kick, taking Guerrero down. Chair is still in the ring. Mysterio drops Guerrero to the ropes for the 619. He hits it, but Guerrero hits Mysterio with the steel chair whilst he's going for the West Coast pop. So Rey Mysterio wins with it by DQ. He then continues to hit Mysterio with the chair. He was going to go out the ring, but then he decided to stay. Mysterio then talks about how brutal and intense the match was, with comments about other matches. Basically sums up that they can always have a great match, no matter what the circumstances are. Next match, Eddie Guerrero versus Mysterio. They begin to feel each other out. High flying action, pace picks up, momentum switches throughout. Guerrero begins with a vicious attack on the outside of the ring. Guerrero dominates for like half of the match. As Mysterio begins an offensive attack, it switches back into Guerrero's favor. Mysterio again begins to build offense. Mysterio wins with the 619 springboard leg drop. Mysterio carries on talking about Guerrero with a tribute speech, which leads to the Eddie Guerrero tribute match between Rey Mysterio and Shawn Michaels. Sportsmanship shown, fast-paced action. Mysterio and Michaels with momentum to begin with, both with momentum to begin with. High-flying action, as you could expect. Very good match with balanced action, and Mysterio wins with the 619 springboard leg drop. Mysterio talks about that night being one of the most difficult nights in his life, and he just did what Eddie would have wanted to put on the show and entertain the fans. And that he gave him the strength to win his first Royal Rumble to headline WrestleMania 22, which brings the next match: Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle is champion. Action non-stop from the get-go. Angle dominates both Mysterio and Orton taps to the Angle lock, but the referee doesn't see either. Close pinfalls. Mysterio is new World Heavyweight Champion by connecting with a 619 West Coast Pop for the win on Randy Orton. Mysterio talks about how it felt to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and then goes on to talk about his next challenger, and they basically challenge just anyone really at any time. Next match: Rey Mysterio versus JBL for the World Heavyweight Championship. JBL begins to taunt Mysterio. Mysterio dominates to begin with. JBL begins to slow the match down to his pace. Close pinfalls. Referee gets knocked down. New ref comes out, but JBL knocks him down after not getting a free count after a powerbomb. JBL grabs a chair and Mysterio kicks it back into his face, which is followed by a 619, followed by a frog splash, and Mysterio retains. Mysterio talks about how being the World Heavyweight Champion will go down as his greatest accomplishment so far, and then mentions that Chavo Guerrero screwed him out of the title. I'm going to do a continuation video for the next two matches. Okay, so I'm Norman 976 2007, and I'm out for this video.